I'm going to give it some time for everybody to get in here because I know there's many people, if you're around today, that are dying to see the season 4 years. We have all the keeper lists in. We are in the World Series. Excuse me. And it is time to reveal the 3 seasons that we will be drafting from for season 4. So I guess I'll entertain everybody with some thoughts and obscure comments while we wait for folks to come in. Somebody's in. Who's the first? It is Buckshot. I don't know if Buckshot's got his raincoat on down there, but I hear it's nasty in Florida, man. Got 3 people. Man, people are flocking in. So let's see who we get here. Uh, Anybody watching our football league on my channel earlier, I got to say, the 3 games that were broadcast today were a blast to watch. There was really exciting games, so that's been fun. But I do know we can walk and chew gum, and we've got multiple leagues going on. So anybody watching this, we run our Fields of Dream baseball. We're going into season 4. We're in the World Series right now. We've got all our keeper lists in. People are dying to know, so we're going to do that now. But the Gridirons football is in season 1. We're in week 5, and that's proven to be a blast. And broadcasting all of the games that week with manager files, and it's just been a real blast to watch them play out. So that's good. And we also have a basketball league, Court Dreams, that is also in season 1 and is at the point of the finals. So a lot of stuff going on with midlife, hanging out in Europe or the UK, local bodega, getting some ice. They don't believe in ice in this. Yeah, oh, I know. I was at the FBA Academy with a guy from Eastern Europe, and it was funny when he would get so mad because he would get a vending machine drink, and he would be like, this thing's cold, and he'd let it sit out so it would warm up. He thought we were crazy for drinking cold Cokes and everything. We got 4 people coming in. Boop, doo. Oh, wait and see who's coming. Of course, I guess, David Landau, that's who I'm waiting for. I don't know if he's even made it in here. He might be busy now. You just don't know. I know there was a side pool going on what years we're going to get drawn. I don't know if I didn't participate in that. I don't know if anybody else did on our Discord channel. Anybody watching this broadcast would like to be part of any of our leagues, I will post a link invitation here if you'd like to come on our Discord and check things out. We have, again, the 3 leagues going on with football, baseball, and basketball, and we're in here all hours of the days chatting up the leagues and then also in a live chat. I'm going to reveal them in order of era. Meaning, what are the eras? Well, let me see if I can find a way to do those in an easy way. Our early era is one that covers 1893, and in this scenario, up to 1935. So there will be a season between 1893 and 1935, minus a few seasons that are ineligible because of it coming up in the past. Era 2, which we're going to call the mid era, will be have seasons available from 1947 to 1977. And the late era will cover 1979 through 2010. See some other people are coming in now. Yeah, ready for the big reveal. Here's Mark. Mark's in. Great. Mark is the Marshfield owner. I'm reminded, I don't know where, if anybody, I guess I could look it up here under our draft to see who are the excited people when it comes to the draft right now. We'll open this in the browser. Let's take a look at what the draft looks like. These are some people really looking. And the first pick, you notice the playoff at the bottom four will be determined based on who finishes where. Brooklyn will have the number one pick. Cleveland the second, Marshfield the third. So Mark is the owner of Marshfield, and with 3 seasons out there, he'll get at least one of the best teams of those 3 years, whatever he thinks is the best team for his franchise. So looking forward to that. I know Nooch, who is the San Francisco owner, went from having the first pick in the draft last year in the lottery to his team just barely missing out on winning the division. So it proves that in 1 year you can go from like last to first place in the division based on that team you can pick up. So always interesting season to season to see how competitive it can be and how somebody can really turn their fortunes around. What are we up to? Oh, we got 6. Some people probably popped in and goes, what the hell is this? And then backed out. Yeah, oh, Will Toole is here. Hadley Lake represented. Welcome in, Will. Sean's here. Haven't seen David yet. He's the guy that he's back there. He's already trying to research. So let's take a look at the early era. So here are the eligible seasons. Let everybody soak those in. And then I will hit the magic button, and one of these seasons will be highlighted, and that will be our early era 1 season that we will have in the pool to choose from. Just trying to build a little bit of drama here and give it a chance for some others to come in. I'm hoping David's on here. I hope he lets us know because he's been the most anxious over the past couple of weeks. His team and mine are in the World Series now, but David is still just as excited to see what the next year brings, even though we'll be drafting down in the bottom. Dun, dun, dun. You guys let me know. You're ready for the reveal. The others can catch up, right? We can post it. What will the first season be? And the first season is 1915. 1915. Let's pause for a moment and think about that one. Anybody have any thoughts? It is fairly close to, I think, a season we've had in the past. What do we have? 1918 or no, it might have been 1917, which is off limits from 2 picks ago. I quit, he says. I quit. Yuck. Sean hates 1915. I know some people were hoping for a prior to 1900. This might be one where there are some players in the league. I will also, now that Brooklyn has submitted a keeper list, I will publish a little bit later this evening the keeper file, which has season 4, has everybody's keepers on their team. And that will be an easy way for anybody to go search the database to see if somebody's protected. That way you can look at it easily within the game itself. 1915. Yep. 17 was like 2 seasons ago. Hey, it happens. And last year, didn't we have we had 44 as a starting one, and then 2 years later we got 41. So random can happen. Now, the mid era. Let me know if there's any season anybody would like here before we hit the button, because this is one where we've had two seasons from the 60s. We've had the 70s represented. We've had, well, none of these in the 40s represented. We haven't had anything in the 50s. I think we've had 61 and 69. So 61 is back in play now because it's 3 seasons gone. So it's back in the rotation. Wouldn't that be fun? Get 61 all over again. Uh, yes, that is a great question. Yes, to the Federal League. You can, on 1915, select a Federal League team or a Major League team. Same rules apply, meaning any players that would be on those teams that are already on a protected roster wouldn't be eligible. But aside from that, yes. So that gives you an extra league. It gives you extra teams in 1915 to research. Great question. Here we go. Drum roll. The mid era is 1953. 1953. Any thoughts on that? I can think of a team that comes to mind. Uh, Nothing that would touch me, but I could, if I had the first pick in the draft, there's right away a team that comes to mind in 1953. A couple of players on that team that come to mind. Buckshot likes it. We got a cool. 1915 was underwhelming to people, but 53 is like, ooh, cool. So now that's the first team we've had or season ever from the 50s. So that just leaves the 1890s, the 1930s, and the 1980s as the only ones. Yep, I'm thinking Campaneris. How about Jackie Robinson, who's not in the league? Don Newcomb. Interesting, interesting, huh? So, 1953. Now we're going to talk about the late era, which is 79 all the way to 2010. We have had seasons in the 90s. We've had them several places throughout here. Not sure if there's any particular ones people would love to see, but I wonder if I'm sure the research is already going right now. Baseball Reference about to crash because people are all over the place with it. Searching and searching. And without further ado, here we go. Carl Furillo. Oh yeah, Carl Furillo. That's another one that's thinking that Brooklyn Dodgers team's got some players on it. I know Pee Wee Reese and Pete Reiser are in the league now. Um, is for yeah, Carl Furillo. I don't think he's in the league. Gil Hodges is not in the league. What will the late era reveal? And it's 1983. So 2 decades that have never seen a season get involved. That's the 80s and the 50s. That still leaves the 1930s and the 1890s as untouched through 4 seasons. 1983. Interesting year. No doubt some of those players are in the league from coming in either 1978 or working their way backwards from what other year do we have? Maybe 94, working backwards in the league. So we should have some that are probably might be impacted or potential doppelgangers. The year before you started following baseball. Yep. So, Orioles' last championship. That's true. Under the draft. Season 4 years. 1953 and 1983. So I posted them in our baseball draft area that season 4 years are 1915, 1953, 1983, and the Federal League is also eligible for a 1950 team if you wanted. David is like just catching up. And here you go, David. Let Baseball Reference start getting all those hits. 1915, 1953, 1983. And yes, Federal League. Yes, you could draft a team from 1915 Federal League if you'd like. And a reminder, I will just say, let me get that draft list back up, that the draft can begin. And I'll post that again. Well, either that or there's a great sale coming up. There's always a sale, right? So, yeah, you bet, Mark. Good luck. Take a look at that list again and figure out who might go to some of these teams. We can see Brooklyn turned in their keeper list today. They have the number one pick. Who might they pick? I'm trying to think 1983. I know the Orioles were good. We've got the Phillies, but we do have some of those players already in the league from 78 and the 94 going in different directions. Happy drafting, people. Yep, no doubt. Now this can occupy everybody for quite a while. I am going to get back here about the top of the hour and turn on the football broadcast and let it roll because we've got some more games to get done today. And it'd be nice to get that to a pause for a day or so for people to get manager files in. I know we've got David and I postseason games to try to get going. I know Bernie's going to be kicking off the finals for the basketball league. And now we have plenty of research for those of you that now can see the 3 years. And my next to do is this evening I will make available the season 4 file that has everybody's 15 keepers on it as a starting point. So, as a reminder, if you want to know if somebody's eligible on the teams that you're looking for, just take a look at the file that I provide in Action, and I think Probably Clue will publish an overall keeper list for everybody too, like an Excel file, so that if you had any questions as to whether somebody's eligible, you could look it up. And no, I do not. Well, I've got a lot of sleepers. David, I'll have to prepare my sleeper list, but no, I have no idea what's going on 23rd pick. My gut would tell me it would have to be an 83 team probably because there's more teams available. But then again, the last time I had the 25 Reds dropped to me with the 24th pick, and that was like a miracle. So who knows? Maybe somebody doesn't need what I need, and I'm different needs this time, right? I mean, but I had pitching needs last time, and it fell to me. Now I don't have the same needs. I have starting pitchers. I'm taking five with me, so it's a different. I don't know what I'll be looking for. I have more options available to me this year than I did last year, I think. So I may be just looking for specific players. But between those three, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go take a look at 1983 because what's funny is I was alive and in high school following baseball then, but other than my Tigers and those Orioles, I'm thinking, yeah, who's around in '83 that maybe isn't in the league already? Paul Molitor's in the league. Robin Yount's in the league. Oh, you know who is around is think of a guy, Dave Parker. Dave Parker available from that time frame. So anyway, it's been fun. I'm going to wrap this 12th pick not bad. No, it's not. And it could have been higher, but you did good this year, Jeff. So you're on the right trajectory. So yeah, 12th pick not bad. That means you can look at top four teams in each of the 3 years, and you're going to get one of those top four teams from one of those seasons guaranteed. And there's always somebody that grabs a team early where you're like, okay, if that's who you want, okay. So it might even be you have your choice of a top 10 team between all those 3 years. So we'll have to see. It'll be fun. But officially on the draft side, I posted that it can now begin. Brooklyn's got the first pick. Do your research, have fun with that. And now we've got more things. Mario Soto. Now you've got more things that we do to talk about over on the Discord. And if anybody's tuning in and would like to be part of the leagues, go back in the chat and you can see that we have our. In fact, I may go back and post it in the comments so it's easier for people to find, which is our Discord. We are looking to expand always. I think Hammer Time, who's in our football and basketball league, has expressed interest. So hoping we can get another person. And I don't know, Jeff, if you mentioned something, you may know somebody, because if we can get a second person, that'd be great, because then we can have two more franchises, have them come in pairs. That way things balance out. So thanks for tuning in to the Reveal Show. I'll be back probably about 15 minutes. I'll fire up football again and finish out. I think there's three more games left to do, two or three, and let those run out this afternoon. And we'll have that ready to pause for manager files. And seems like every day there's multiple things going on with these leagues, and it's a blast. So happy drafting.